Hello everyone, in this video talking about how I deleted my negative belief. I used to be a prisoner in my own mind. Seriously, every waking moment felt like a rehearsal for failure, a non-stop loop of self-criticism telling me I wasn't good enough. It was like an addiction to negativity and it cost me my peace and my potential. But what if I told you that you could not only break that cycle but completely rewire your brain to operate from a place of confidence and calm? In this video, I am going to share the exact 5-stage process how I used to delete 95% of my negative thoughts for good and step into a completely new version of myself. Firstly, the prison of the mind. For years, my mind felt like an actual prison. The bars weren't made of steel. They were made of thoughts like you are going to fail, you are not smart enough, and they don't really like you. I would wake up every morning already feeling defeated. My mind instantly replaying yesterday's mistake and forecasting tomorrow's disaster. It was exhausting. I remember sitting in my car after a meeting, and actually I thought the meeting went pretty well, but my mind just started to attack. You stumble on that one question. They probably think you are an idiot. Your manager does not like what you are presenting. I sat there for 20 minutes, totally paralyzed by this internal voice, letting any chance of success dissolve into a certain of failure. This isn't just a feeling. There's a biological pattern to it. Some studies suggest that the average person can have thousands of thoughts a day. For a lot of us, thanks to our brain's natural negativity side, a huge chunk of those thoughts are repetitive and negative. But this is so normal. Your brain isn't trying to sabotage you. It evolved to scan for threats to keep you safe. The problem is these thoughts aren't a true reflection of who you are. They are just old, outdated programs running on a loop. And the good news, any program can be rewritten. Section 2, the 5-stage escape plan. So, how do you actually break out? For the longest time, I tried to fight my thoughts. I would argue with them or try to force myself. Just be positive. But that's like trying to fight your own shadow. It's a battle you will never win. The real escape isn't about fighting. It is a systematic process of working with your brain. I broke it down into 5 stages of process that took me from being a victim of my thoughts to architecture of my mind. These 5 stages are awareness, emotional shift, rewiring, visualization, and finally inspire action. Each one builds on the last, and together they are a powerful blueprint for real lasting change. Firstly, awareness. Turning on the lights. The first and the most important stage is awareness. You can't change what you don't notice. For years, I didn't even realize I wasn't my negative thoughts. I thought they were me. I believed that inner critic was the voice of truth. Awareness is like turning on the lights in the prison cell and finally seeing the patterns for what they are. Just thoughts, not unchangeable facts. Here is a practice. Just start observing your mind. Doesn't judge it. Don't try to stop it. Just notice. Imagine your consciousness is a big open sky and your thoughts are just clouds passing through. You are the sky, not the clouds. A powerful technique is to catch and label the thoughts. When that familiar voice says you are not good enough, instead of believing it, just take a mental step back and ask, who said that? Or you can label it by saying to yourself, I am having to doubt that I am not good enough. This simple act creates a little bit of space. It shifts you from being in the thought to being the one observing it. Stage 2, emotional shift. Changing the fuel source. A thought all by itself is pretty powerless. It's like a seed on dry ground. What makes it grow into a monster is the emotion you attach to it. A thought of failure only hurts when it's fueled by the feeling of shame. A thought of loneliness only sinks with when it's powered by the feeling of sadness. Your body can get so used to the chemistry of anxiety or disappointment that it will subconsciously look for thoughts that create those feelings. So, stage 2 is all about cutting off the fuel supply. When you become aware of the negative thought, notice the emotion it kicks up in your body. Is it like tightness in your chest, a bit in your stomach? Acknowledge it. But then you have to consciously choose a new emotional state. The most powerful one I found is gratitude. It is incredibly difficult for anxiety to keep when you are genuinely feeling gratitude. Here is the practice. When you feel that wave of negativity, just pause. Think of 3 things you are genuinely grateful for, no matter how small. Your morning tea with milk. I really like it. A kind word someone once said to you. The feeling of the sun on your skin. Don't just think about them. Try to truly feel the gratitude. Let that warmth spread through you. When you do this, you are literally changing your brain and body chemistry. The old negative thought has a tough time surviving in this new emotional environment. You have basically changed its fuel source. If this is making sense to you and you are ready to stop being a prisoner to your thoughts, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. We are about to get into the part where we build a whole new and you won't want to miss it. Stage 3, rewiring new highways to the brain. Okay, so you can spot your thoughts and change how they feel. Now it's time to fundamentally rewire the pathways they run on. This is based on the principle of neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to reorganize itself. Well, that's a simplified version of complex process. The core idea is spot on. Your negative thoughts have created deep, well-traveled superhighways in your brain. Our job is to build new ones. The practice is simple, but it requires consistency. Every time you use awareness to catch a negative thought, you are going to deliberately replace it with a new one, more empowering one. If the old thought is, I will never be successful, the replacement isn't some fake positive affirmation like, I am a millionaire. Your brain will just reject that. It might even feel like a lie, and your brain will want to snap back to the old familiar highway. That's totally normal. Your job is to just keep repeating the new thought. Every single time you do, you are physically strengthening a new neural pathway. It is like walking through a field at first. There is no path, but if you walk the same route every day, a clear trail starts to form. Stage 4, visualization, rehearsing your future. Visualization is not just wishful thinking. It is a powerful neurological tool. Your brain doesn't always draw a hard line between vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you mentally rehearse a feature you desire, your brain activates many of the same neural networks as if it were actually happening. We are literally preparing your brain and body to live in that in new reality. This is where you start to embody the new you. The practice is to spend 5 to 10 minutes every day closing your eyes and not just seeing your goals, but feeling what it's like to have already achieved them. Don't just see yourself getting the promotion. Feel the pride and confidence. Don't just imagine a great relationship. Feel the warmth and connection in your heart. Engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? And most importantly, what are you feeling? By experiencing the emotion of your future before it happens, you are signaling to your brain and body that this new reality is familiar and safe. You are closing the gap between who you are now and who you want to be. You are teaching your body what your future feels like, making it this new normal. And lastly, stage 5, inspired action, bringing the inner world out. All the inner work in the world is great, but it doesn't mean much if it doesn't translate into how you show up to your life. The final stage is inspired action. This isn't the same as hustling or forcing yourself to do things out of fear. Forced action comes from that old mindset of I am not good enough, so I have to prove myself. Inspired action feels completely different. It feels like a natural pull forward. When you have been practicing the first four stage, you will start to get ideas and align with the future self. You have been creating inspired action is the having the courage to act on them. It is sending that email you were once too scared to send. It is signing up that class. It is setting that boundary. These actions don't feel like a struggle anymore because they are in alignment with the person you are becoming. Each time you take an inspired action, you give your brain real world proof that you are this new person. This creates a powerful feedback loop. New thoughts lead to new feelings, which inspire new actions, which then reinforce your new thoughts. This is how the change sticks for good. This is how the change is becoming real. So, there you have it. The 5 steps to breaking free. It starts with awareness, seeing your thoughts for what they are. Then you use an emotional shift to cut off their power. You rewire your brain by consciously choosing new thoughts. You use visualization to embody your future self and you bring it all to life with inspired action. This isn't a quick fix. It's a new way of operating. It's a daily commitment to bring the creator of your mind rather than a prisoner of it. This journey requires patience and self-compassion, and it will look like a different for everyone. But I promise you, the freedom on the other side is worth everything. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who gets to decide which ones to believe. You are word of your own mind and full capable of building a mind that is safe, inspiring, and powerful place to live. Let me know in the comments which of these 5 stages you are going to start with today. I can't wait to see what you create. Thank you for listening.